dice, gets a trench coat, puts them on the inside, has a big sign that says, "Hey, if you need dice, maybe." And then like, "What you want? I got some dice. I got some greens. I got some liquid filled. What do you need? What do you need? I got everything."
Some dice.
Oh, that would be funny.
All right.
Hey kid, you want some dice?
First one's free.
So
we're missing Ronin.
oh, what the fuck happened?
It put you twice.
What the fuck?
I'm here, I swear I am. Okay, you can play me tonight, that's fine.
What the shit is?
I'll
Okay.
just go chill.
He's fixing it.
Yeah, I'm fixing it.
I was like, wait, there's two Joes.
You know, I do all this out the prep in advance. And it's like, nope.
Nope. It's like, nope.
Hey, while this is happening, Ryan, you got anything?
Yeah, Ryan, anything?
Yeah, if this storm doesn't ruin everything tonight, you should come to the Scarborough Renaissance Fair if it's, assuming the storm doesn't blow it away. It's up until Memorial Day weekend at Waxahachie, Texas. Also, I sell Leku, and I have this one left that is for sale. Oh god. So if you want it, shoot
Barbie
me a
pink
DM on my
Leku!
Instagram. You can cosplay Devin from Mall Shadow Lord because
Hell
that's
yeah.
what I inspired. So,
And advertise it
shoot me a DM
right.
if
What do you
want it.
say? What do you say?
Be a noodlehead.
No. What do you say, Ryan? What's your thing?
Oh,
Ryan's
yeah,
on your
yeah.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah, just strap my nudes all over your face and head and stuff. So,
Madam Marconi.
Also, the first one's free.
No.
first one costs money. Whatever you do with them afterwards, up to you for free.
Fair. All right. Last we left off, you guys were able to defeat Senza, get the orb back. Unfortunately, Silic is trapped inside the orb without knowing how to necessarily release him. Once Nyx wakes up, she runs into the orb without second thought. You guys retrieve the orb and you summon Lucia to take you back over to the castle. You guys have midway. There was a discussion of how you guys are going to separate. You guys essentially started off your long rest. Nothing's going to interrupt that. So if you want to hit your long rest button, you can before you guys disperse.
Yay! Spell.
Because things will happen in the hut. What are you guys going to do? Because the hut is relatively, is like a 10-minute flight. So if you guys did the full 8 hours, then as soon as you wake up, you would have to do whatever you need to do if some of you are going to head somewhere else.
We were going to try to have a conversation about that and strategize in game.
So we were talking about going to the castle first, right?
I really don't want to bring the orb back there. Because if they find out that Silic and Nyx are in it, then they're gonna get too curious.
I mean, the
Fucking
king said
powerful.
that he wouldn't
Yep.
stop us from taking it, but
I'm not.
I suppose he's not the only one, is he?
Yeah, I'm not worried about the king per se. I'm more worried about the queen or her mage.
That's true. She looked a bit grumpy, didn't she?
She didn't seem very enthusiastic, I guess you would say, when the king made the deal with us. So,
True enough.
Time is up.
We'd also be walking.
Silic too.
yes.
We'd also be walking a powerful artifact into a place that has an army backing them, so we wouldn't have much choice in the matter to begin with. If he does
True
or
enough.
she decides.
Mhm.
But we've still got to take care of this contract situation.
I mean, do we want to split up?
Oh, we got two places we want to be at the same time. We got 6 people. I
Best
suppose
part-
it's
It would
I mean,
work.
we could always. We're already planning to meet back. I mean, the portal will automatically bring us back eventually, like, to the kingdom. But if we split up, we could always meet back that way. I'm sorry. I'm very cautious with having this now. And
I can't say they blame you.
I don't want it to be taken.
Is Dahlia still there with us?
Yeah, she's just observing the group dynamics probably right now. She'll probably pipe up and say, and it's probably best if Silic is in there that we don't let the devil know or have access to him.
Yes.
If you all want to go take the orb to the Feywild, then I think you should, especially if time is of the essence.
I guess the question is it safe for us to go and split and be at the castle? You would know it better than anybody.
I mean, like he said, there's an army there. I don't know if 3 people are going to make a difference, but having the orb not there in that case would make a difference.
And you can get them out if something bad happens, right? Like you could get them to the Feywild. I'm looking at Dahlia.
Yeah. This is my sick Queen of the Shadowfell powers allow me to just scoop everyone up and yeet. I mean, I got to mention Door.
Yeet out.
With ye old Joe rules. So theoretically, maybe. Just depends.
I asked Dahlia if she would be able to get the team out if they needed to bamf out of there ASAP.
Dahlia does not have the powers in hell to be able to use that.
Alrighty. I fear that my powers aren't the same here as they are in Shadowfell and the material plane. I don't have much jurisdiction here.
So
Are they going to keep us from trying to leave?
I don't know. I never met them. I would assume that if we fulfill this contract and she's gonna give like a I fucking hate you did this look at Manon, and they hopefully would have no reason to keep us.
And if they do decide that, we've got bigger problems. It might be best if a few of us were out anyway. I mean, that's a reason to be taking the orb somewhere else.
I don't disagree. And if the queen is eyeing the orb, like you said, then having it not there would probably do us a lot more good.
Plus, it's finite how long someone can be in the orb. It doesn't sustain you forever.
So you have a way to get out of hell with this orb before we get to the castle?
That is what I need to figure out. I don't know. I wonder
Have we asked Bird Lady if she knows a way?
It's true, we could ask her, or and I kind of like nudge and be like, or do we ask the one that the king had us bring with us?
Manon's just gonna hop up and be like, I'll go talk to her. I go shimmy my way to find Bird Lady. I have her name.
We do have her name, but
Lucia.
we just know she was
Lucia,
just smashing things. Remember last time we saw her?
Yeah, you have Lucia, which is the witch, and then you have Ian with you, which is the right hand of the king.
God, I have so many fucking notes from.
He is not present for this conversation, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, I would think he wouldn't be present. Or would just be nudging that it's an option potentially to ask him if he can help in any way. I mean, yes, he's bound by duty, but he did say that he was here because, he had to fulfill his contract. Not saying that he wanted to be here. And he's not
I love
from
to go
here
talk
either.
to Lucia.
Yeah. You lift up the little floorboard, you start going on the ladder. You see that she's currently like mixing in the powders together and making some kind of like some kind of potion out of the 4 items that you gave her. And she's just kind of singing like this evilish tune to herself. And sort of a hum, but there's occasional some elvish words in there mixed with infernal. But
I understand all of that. So awesome.
mostly what she's singing, it's a lot of random words that are just kind of thrown in together for like a lyric, but there is something talk about past, present, and future that she's going through. And as she grabs a certain ingredient, she talks about the past. As she grabs another one, she talks about the present. The other one, she talks about the future. And then she grabs the 4th ingredient, she talks about the destruction.
Hey, can I interrupt and ask you a question?
You can ask me a question, but I prefer not to be interrupted, as she just keeps messing around with her stuff.
It's a little important, so I'll try to make it quick. Is there any way you could do like a pit stop and drop off some of us at a portal, or if you could take them directly to the Feywild in this house?
She just kind of like keeps one hand on like the herbal remedies as she just turns her body around and pivots and looks at you. You all aren't going back to the castle?
Not all of us. There's a pressing matter in the Feywild. We decided to split the group in half so they could go handle that.
But you're staying, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Who all would be going?
Shit, that's a good question. Well, the Queen of the Shadowfell is staying, if that's important. I can...
That is important, yes. I couldn't take you. I couldn't take the Queen. I think everyone else is fair game.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
We're staying. I could say that for certain. I can go ask right now who's going to the castle and who's not.
Okay. And she just kind of like lifts her hand out of the powder. She kind of goes over, she kind of wipes her hands off. She grabs like this silver powder out of somewhere and she starts kind of like creating like a circle, like almost like a chalk of like the silvery dust that she starts putting on the ground. All right. Get wherever you need to go.
I'm going to climb back up the ladder and poke my head through the little trap door. Hey, she can take you guys like right now, but she needs to know who's going. I assume I'm not going, and my mom's not going.
I will go. Sure. I mean, I'm not letting this out of my sight.
Well, I figured you were going.
I will go as well. I have a responsibility.
I'd kind of like to learn more about all this contracts and pacts stuff, so I just as soon stay with you.
I'll go with them. I'm gonna look at glance between Alistair and Manon. Make sure to keep each other safe. Both of you.
Yeah, I plan to go to the castle. I have an idea.
No dying allowed.
Azalea long stare and then cut away. All right, so that's 3 and 3.
Yes. So we can go now? And I start walking towards you like you're like
Step on her face.
That's it. I'll follow.
not gonna step on your face, but like I want.
I would like to
Retreat
get
down.
Nova's attention. Get Nova's attention to stop her before we split. I have these, and I'm going to take out the 6 feathers that I plucked off this place that I've done a little scrimshaw on each one and hand it to each person until we meet again.
Oh, nice.
Holding my feather, like, is it
Oh,
a
she's
magic
got one.
feather?
It
Does
is if you
Does
want
it
it
do
to be.
anything?
Remind us of each other, hopefully, and that's remind us to get back to each other safely.
Well, let's plan to meet back at the Fey Kingdom. We only had a few more days. I think a day or so here, so
I can't see it taking longer than a day to give the king and queen what they need. Don't
Yeah.
take too long.
it will bring you back automatically.
I hope so. I don't imagine it should take super long. Dolly's gonna stand up and look between the group that's leaving and say, well, I don't know really any of you. I know your mom, but it's been a pleasure. And she looks at Bjorn a little for a second longer than everyone else. Thank you for all of your help. And she'll lean over to Azalea and say, you look just like your mother.
I'm gonna give her a hug.
Oh, she gives you one back. She's like, ooh.
I like that you're like, I know your mom, nothing about their dad. What a hoe. Cody somewhere is like, you bitch.
As I hug her,
He didn't talk to me for a while.
as I hug her, I'm just gonna whisper, she's gonna be so excited to see you, and then I'll let loose and follow the rest.
And
Oh, would Dahlia know she's alive?
no.
No!
She's gonna pull back and be like, what does that mean?
She does now.
She's just, you'll have to visit her. She'll be so happy to see you.
Can I insight Dahlia to see if she's just confused as fuck?
Her face is my face right now. She's like,
Sure.
so
Oblivious,
That's a
I
nat
turn and walk
20.
away.
For 24.
fuck you, nat 20? God
Yeah.
damn.
Of course.
The dice are with me right now. He's just gonna look at her and be like, Azalea, I don't think she realizes. Our mom is back, actually.
When did this happen?
Not that long ago. He was trapped in the Eternal Guardian. Our dad actually was able to pull her out.
I don't think I know shit beans. Do I know shit beans about the Eternal Guardian?
You know,
Probably not.
no, you know a
Sure, I
few
don't know.
things, but you don't know much details. You don't know what the Eternal Guardian looks like, but you know the term just because. I mean, you were still on the throne in the Shadowfell when the Eternal Guardian was kind of becoming like a major assassin in play. So, like, you at least know about reputation about her, but nothing past that.
Okay. You all have been very busy with this Eternal Guardian, and I'm just
Oh.
glad she's back.
I'll fill you in the rest of the way to the castle. Fade to black.
Oh, if Alistair made a face when I said she looked like her mom, Dahlia would turn to him and see it and be like, and you look like your dad, but I feel like you already know that. Wave him off.
As you guys, well, at least the three of you, head downstairs, you see that Lucia has taken like this silver powdery kind of dust. It's kind of like a mixture like chalk and like stardust kind of looking. She kind of circles around about a 10-foot wide circle. And as you get down there, she's got like blood markings traced in between them that's kind of like all messed up. And then she kind of like grabs a feather from different spots of the hut. And then she kind of pets a little bit and a crow summons itself. She puts 4 crows in different spots. And then she just all of a sudden just kind of like starts doing this with her nail against her head, and then all of a sudden she opens up and you see a third eye as she just kind of immediately rips it out of her socket and she just kind of places it in the center.
Azalea's face is my face right now.
As this happens, you just immediately see her place her hand down. The crows immediately just kind of dissolve into dust in there as all the silver dust turns into black and starts to turn into like a little tornado of like black dust, kind of like an upwards tornado funnel cloud. And as it starts to do, she's like, well, better do it quick.
We walk in that?
Nova just walks straight into it.
I mean, she did it.
Oh, okay. And I walk forward.
No hesitation. Nova just walks straight into it without an like
Much hesitation. I slowly go in.
Okay.
This isn't our menace. I'll walk into.
Okay. As you immediately, all three of you go in, immediately you just feel like you're getting sucked straight up so fast, like you could immediately reach space in a matter of 5 seconds. You just immediately get pulled up, just like a string being pulled up from your rib cage, just straight up. And all of a sudden, it just kind of blurs out to you, whether it's the fast motion or something else. And all of a sudden, bright light and heat hits you as immediately 1, 2, 3, and you all slam into just hot burning sand.
and I'm like touching the butt. All of a sudden, you just see me kind of just like lay there in the sand and be like, ah. And then I get my faculties back together and be like, oh, okay, all right, this way.
As you guys enter in, it is pretty dark out. Nova, you would have, this is where you're from. It's probably about 11 p.m., almost midnight. Right now, even this, the sand is still warm to touch, but it is not too hot out. There is mostly dry outside. You do smell a burning in the distance, you know, as a campfire. To Bjorn and Azalea, your senses cannot track anything in here. This is completely new to you. The mixture of the heated sand and the cold air and just the dry environment is something that is going to take some getting used to. But Nova, you're not sure where in the area you are, but you at least know you can just sense you're close to the tribe.
I just take a second to look up at the stars just to double check where to get my bearings and be like, okay. And I just point off, we go this way. Also, don't stand in one spot for too long or you'll sink.
I'm sorry. What? I start flying. What do you mean we'll sink?
As soon as you try to take off, your wings have a tough time in here. It's not like a gravity thing, but it's just like almost like you just feel heavy. As like you take off, you immediately your wings can't support the weight and you kind of drop back down.
You just have to walk lightly. It'll be fine.
I don't like your homeland. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Do you
don't know if I do.
trees here?
What?
Do you even have trees here?
In the oases, yes. But it's mostly this.
Okay.
Wait until
I'm
you see
saying
the
this as I
sunsets.
keep pacing back and forth. I'm not standing still one bit. What were you gonna
This
say?
is your home, Nova. I unsuck a boot, take it off, pour the sand out. No, it's lovely, but this is your home. Lead the way, Nova.
All right. And I just start kind of, you see how she kind of like moves not in a straight line, but like keeps zigzagging. And you can tell that when she does that, she doesn't, it makes it so that you don't settle into the sand too much. So you almost like walk on the sand on top of it, like almost like a floating. Just follow me. You'll be fine.
I take a moment and look at Azalea. Went into Fairwilds, and I will try my sloppily best to sidewind like Nova.
It's like swimming. butt in the sand. As I smirk.
This is nothing like swimming. My wings are down, my shoulders are down. I've got little Klaus in my arms. And I just trudge along behind her.
All right. Nova, normally you get through this wouldn't take too long, but you're letting them keep up with you. By the time you finally hit to like a peak, you can kind of see all over the area. It takes you roughly about half an hour. But as you do, your eyes widen up as you see in the distance. And as Bjorn and Azalea catch up, in the distance you can see as this hill kind of dips down, and about 500 feet from there, you see a large campsite of maybe 50 different extravagantly designed tents and campgrounds put together, all kind of intricately kind of just built with a lot of colors and a lot of intricate flames. Nova, you would recognize this as your tribe. The specific space, as you kind of take it in, Bjorn and Azalea, you notice that like maybe it's just in this area. Maybe you didn't notice it till now as you're really setting up like at a high point looking down, but there's not a single cloud in the sky. And as you look up during this nighttime, you've never seen the stars brighter. You can almost look like you can almost just put your fingers out and grab them. They just look like gemstones in the sky from this point of view.
Welcome to the Scarlet Veil.
I guess it's not that bad. The sky's actually quite pretty.
A sea of stars. Beautiful.
Is that where we're going?
Yes, that's home. Come. You see, she
DM, is
actually
this peak?
smiles for once and lights up a little bit.
DM, is the peak we on? Is the peak that we are on a sand dune?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to see Nova. I'm going to see Nova smile and go, like swimming. I'd like to jump off and try and coast down this dune.
You're gonna try to do a sled style down the dune. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Give me a dexterity check.
Why not?
Oh,
Let's waste them early. Nat 20 for a 22.
nice.
You don't know what you're
I'm a
expecting.
sand jar.
You just drop down and you just perfectly do this like it is water to you, and you just immediately go down and you slide and you just create the perfect kind of cut through the sand as you go down. Like, it ain't bad. This ain't no problem. As you make it down without any issue at all. To Nova, this looks like it's like he's lying. He's dealt with this before.
I just like turn to my side and you can see that it just looks like I almost like surfed down it with my without an issue. And then I look
so
at
much fun.
and I look at Azalea and be like, "Come on, it's your turn."
I jump and try and surf down and use my wings to
All right,
balance.
dexterity check.
Bjorn, are you sure you haven't done this before?
No, that was a new experience. Luckily, a good one.
15.
15. You kind of like have like a little bump here or there. The wings actually work against you, but you do make it down pretty good. And as you get down, you all are within like about, like 200 feet of this camp. There's no surrounding barrier or anything of this. You do see like the occasional person walking around that looks like they have like a scimitar in hand. But people you see as soon as you walk in do not look like they have armor of any kind. Most of them look like they have the aesthetic that Nova is having. Very light clothing that is definitely made for this kind of terrain. And you start to walk in, you notice that the aesthetic of this place is a lot of like sheer and cloth and very, very divine style, like different tents and colors in there. If anything, color is like a very valuable thing here.
I would say before we got there, I would take my cloak off fully. And so and you can see that while we're here, because it's starlight, like my actual tattoos have a slight shimmer to them, but not like, they're not glowing, but they have a shimmer to them. It's like they're catching the light of the stars.
Okay. As you walk in, and you're starting to get close, Nova, you immediately get approached by someone that you know, whether they're a friend of yours or not. You see another star elf there. She is a lot older than you. She's about 200 years old. And she's got long, more white hair than silver hair. A lot of her hues of her hair has officially kind of gone out. But you'll notice, for any of you looking, is that her eyes are like even more vibrant than Nova's eyes, as far as like the pigmentation of the color that just kind of looks like they can just kind of like stare into your soul. Nova, you know her as Pamela Dreambrook. She is the seer of this convoy.
I come up quickly and I say in my tongue, and the Elvish that I say is slightly, it sounds almost like there's an accent to it because it's a slightly different delegate, or it's more ancient. And I go, I did it. I found it.
She just immediately
I brought it back.
She puts her hands on your shoulders, just looks at you. In the same tongue, she just looks at you. Well, come. She just immediately gestures you into the grounds.
My friends must come with us. More will be coming soon.
Immediately as she gestures to Bjorn and Azalea, she forgets to break like her dialect, and she kind of cuts herself off, and she switches to common. And it's very butchered common. She rarely uses it, but she speaks it, and like a lot of words are misplaced. She's like, welcome, friends. Come. We'll get you some. We don't have too much water, but food, liquids we can try to provide. Come. Our home is your home.
We also, there is 2 souls trapped inside right now. One is dying. We must bring them back to this plane.
Well, we must. Oh, well, yeah, come on. And,
okay.
You know the person that normally would be the. Obviously, there's no guardian right now because the guardian would have been the person that would be Zenza. So there is like an attending, a person who would essentially like, if for some reason the guardian died, they regain it back and they choose who's the next guardian. You know this person to be Felocia Moonfire. She's never really been magically trained, but she is the oldest female in your clan that is still cognitive enough to be able to handle the responsibility. She's about 400 years old, and she's still spry enough to be able to get around and do the sand dance. But most of her sight is gone. And you know that the one thing that she has that is unique to her is that even though, as far as a mortal body, she's blind, she cannot lose the star sight. So she sees everything in basically a line of stars. As immediately you're being gestured over there by Pamela, eventually you see a large area between all these tents that is like this kind of dug in spot where they kind of like made like this little divot in the ground, and then they put, a bunch of chairs and cushions and blankets all over to sit on. You just see like this campfire in the middle, most likely not made out of standard wood, as the flames are greens and blues, but not blues due to heat, blues and greens due to magic, as it kind of like burns with different color embers that just kind of swirls around like a dance of its own. And you see, as you guys come in, you see more people that look just like Nova. You see a lot of people have similar eyes, but it's not everyone. Some of the younger people have standard elven eyes. They don't have the star eyes that she has. And there's a bit of sorrow in the air. You eventually get in the center, and eventually the area parts. And you all see this older lady, very high pointed ears, piercings covering almost every part of the skin for the ears. If there's an inch of skin that's not pierced, then she's not doing herself justice. Her hair is braided in long dreads. She's got long shears that almost drape so much that whenever she does a dance, it almost looks like they could float away like a cape. As she just sits there and she just stands up. She just walks over to Nova. And she just looks at you and she smiles. Do you have it?
Yes, and I kneel down and I pull it out and present it.
She just gets on one knee to take it from you, and she just grabs it. And she just kind of holds it and she kind of cups it. And then she cups her hands over it, and then she just takes it as she kind of like rolls it out of her hands, and she puts it into like, it just pushes against her breast as she just kind of holds it like a child. And then she just kind of tucks it in and she gets up. As eventually a couple of people bring out like this pedestal. Uh-oh, who do we lose?
Jeremy.
Bjorn's PC crashed.
Yeah,
His PC crashed.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. We will take a quick break so we can make sure that Jeremy keeps up. So we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Chaos companies don't use them. Oh,
There
sorry.
you go. All right. So she takes the orb itself. You do see two people come over with this pedestal. It's about like 4 feet in height. Specific divot in there specifically to fit either this item or something similar. As they kind of dig some space in the ground so they can sit flat, and they kind of put it down and they kind of anchor it into the ground so it doesn't slide. And she just gestures it on there as she just kind of says a few words and she kind of whispers into it. And it kind of just floats there. As it just kind of creates like this wind effect on it to hold it above there, almost like a polarity. Immediately she just kind of aims at the crowd on the opposite side of you, and she just kind of does this as they instinctively just part. And in the distance, Nova, you know this, but this is new to Bjorn and Azalea. You see this tall, and you didn't see it before because it's the crowd, but a tall crystalline tree. No leaves. No, doesn't even look like wood from the distance. It just looks like a tree, just infinite branches twisting out of the ground like a large knot, but it looks like it's white crystal. It looks like it's alive. Maybe it's something more native to around here as far as their trees, but the way you can see that the way that they treat it is more kind of like how clerics would see going to temples. As eventually she starts walking over, and the two people carry the platform as the orb follows.
I follow.
Okay.
I am also following if I can. I don't want it out of my sight.
Sure. The whole crowd, like everybody in the whole place, is like, stop what they're doing to do this. You can see it's like a big ritualistic moment. Everybody, if anybody had hoods on, they drop them down. If anybody had anything in their hands, you see like this cloth weaver that's always like working, and she kind of folds up stuff and she puts on the side. Some people who have scarves on take them off. If anything, just like how Nova did where she took off her outer garments, everybody's doing that right now. And at this point, they put it in the sand as close to the tree as possible. As you can see her now kind of like whispering into it again, and she's just whispering, and it kind of starts to glow. And as it does, the tree glows as well. As she just gestures to a few of the clerics around to start doing what they need to do. A few of them get on their knees, they take off like their scarves, and they lay them in front of them, and they put their knees on their scarves, and they start kind of like drawing things in the sand. Until you finally notice about 5 minutes later that they're making a large ritualistic circle around the tree. Nova, you know this is them trying to contact the stars themselves to help for both praise and what is this considered forgiveness. A lot of your kind finds it a sin that, even though it's not their fault that it was misplaced, they were still the one that chose who to give this to. And they're asking for forgiveness.
I mentioned that very quietly to Bjorn and Azalea. They're saying they're providing an act of forgiveness for the orb being lost.
Will this forgiveness free Silic and Nyx?
They're contacting the stars. The stars will help.
I hope so.
No one sees this. And normally, Nova, you would not see this. And you know no one else does, or at least you assume so. You've seen this happen many times before. You never know if it works or not. You were just told by the elders when it does and when it doesn't. But this time is different. Soleil shows up. She just walks through the sands like she's been there that whole time. As you see her in her glory walking through. No one else knows she's there. But you can see her take the hands of the tribe leader. You can see her take the hands of Folise Moonfire and just kind of help gesture them. Almost like she knows that she's being guided. She closes her eyes and just lets her hands be controlled. As you just see her kind of move the hands around and she's pushing energy into her hands. Until it starts to glow and glow more. As you all start to hear a hymn come around. More people partake in this. And as part of the ritual, certain people dance to it. They wait for the hymn to come and they dance to the hymn. As she eventually stands up. And as she speaks, you can see Soleil look at you, Nova. And they say intertwined at the same time. Now is only a matter of time. We have opened the door. It is up to Silic and Nyx to be able to find it and walk through it. As immediately she just stands there, and now Moonfire officially drops on her knees, separate from her, as she just pushes her hands into the soil, into the sand, and she just places her head into it as Soleil just pushes her hand on top of her shoulders. And you can tell that what this did took years away from her life. As she just looks at you and she smiles, Soleil specifically. And she just words something to you but doesn't say it out loud, as she doesn't want Moonfire to hear. And you can just see her lip 1 hour, and she just points from where she came. And then she starts to walk back in the direction she came from.
Do Azalea and them see this too, or is it just me?
Just you.
Okay.
You only are able to see it because she contacted you, and Moonfire is only able to see it because she's got the sight that no one else has. We're going to pause on you guys right now. We're going to switch back to the other team.
Dun dun dun.
As time passes, is there anything that the other group wants to do before Lucia reaches the castle? Okay.
I'd say we don't have to roleplay it, but Dolly's asking questions of Alistair and Rennie, and just like, you know, asking Rennie like where she came from, like, you know, what her abilities are, how they all came to meet, stuff like that. Just casual, getting to know you.
Yeah, she gets the, you know, the basic surface level answers.
Okay.
She respects that.
Eventually, You feel like how you felt before when you're in Lucia's area. Eventually, when you get closer, it almost feels like everything kind of slows for a second. And then eventually you kind of feel yourself getting pulled back to the main floor of this as the attic disappears. Well, we've arrived. She just immediately goes to the door and just opens it up, as immediately all the crows dissolve around her as the hut disappears to her hundreds of crows. She just looks at you. It has been a pleasure, and if you make it out, I will be right here.
If
We appreciate your hospitality.
Something you know that we don't know.
You're dealing with the devil of this realm. I don't know what you're going to do. Hopefully you make it out alive. I don't know you well enough to see what you're going to do.
Great.
thanks,
I'm gonna start
I
walking up.
guess. Yeah.
All right. As you start walking into this fiery castle itself that you've been at before, you see two large Goliaths standing at the doors this time. One specifically holding what looks like a double-sided javelin, almost at the weight of what looks like a great maul. It almost looks extremely odd to actually wield. There's no way this should be able to be wielded correctly, but he's tall. He's about 9 feet in height. The other one specifically has what looks like two large hammers that are like on his side, and he's just kind of putting his hand on one of them, much like how a person would gesture to the rapier on the side of their hip. And the one with the two hammers just looks, he's about 7 feet 2. He looks at you. You're here much earlier than the master expected. Go ahead. As he immediately just pushes the right door open.
Thanks. I'm just gonna keep walking.
Just not gonna say anything.
Just nod to him.
Compared to before, where the place was lively, you assume that either it's time, whatever time of the day it is, or night, depending on how time works over here, either everyone is in their quarters, or for the reason that they were here is now ended, and now it is just the normal people that live in this area. You do pass the occasional servant. There are several imps around, and you assume some people that have some importance, but it is not lively. As you walk down this specific corridor, you eventually get to the large room, as you do see a gentleman there standing by the door. The door isn't closed by any means, but he's just holding solid, waiting for you to arrive. He has what looks like a very decadent vest, high collar on, a cravat that kind of hangs really low, and then he's got almost like sort of battle trousers on with a book strapped to his hip. Long manicured claws with almost kind of like a side part in his hair. He just kind of looks at you. Good day. We're pleased to see that you're able to make it back with plenty of time to spare. Can I get you anything? Food? Refreshment?
Do you have any wine?
Absolutely. Red or white?
Excellent. Red.
Red. Beautiful. Anyone else?
Does anyone want anything?
I'm quite well, thank you.
Fantastic. He really goes over to the corner. He just spins his hand around and really summons himself a glass of red wine and just immediately passes it to you, Manon. Or to Dahlia.
Dahlia takes it.
Okay,
Yeah.
Dahlia. You find even though it was summoned, it is actually quite an extravagant. You've had a little bit better, but it is actually quite good for just summoned liquid. He's just like, well, I'm sure the master knows of your presence. If there's nothing else that you require, I will take you to him, as he just kind of moves through the archway, expecting you to follow.
We'll follow.
I'm sticking with everybody, just kind of being as unobtrusive as possible and observing.
Okay. As he walks, as you guys are behind him, he's got his right hand kind of positioned behind his back very gallantly, and you can see that very much he's spinning a gold coin between the fingers as he does. And then as he is in his left hand, he's like spinning this cane around, and eventually when he stops, he kind of keeps it positioned underneath his armpit. And as he gets to a certain spot, he does, and he just immediately claps his boots together as he just immediately looks in the distance. They are not at the throne, but you do see at a longer table on the side, you do see the queen and her attending with her, but you do not see the king. You see Queen Lithiel and her... Oh, God, this is why I hate when it does this. Hang on a second. Because now it's not loaded in my stuff.
Queen Lithium Ion.
Queen Lithium Ion.
If she's really charged.
Oh, shit. I can't find my character in here. Shit. Hang on a second. It's not loading. Oh, here we go. Okay, so, and then you see the hill dwarf Myrna on her side with her warhammer that she just has pivoted on the ground, and she's just kind of spinning it. She just kind of holding it. She's just kind of staring at you as the queen just kind of looks up, realizes there. Welcome. Sorry, my husband is currently in attendance with someone else right now, but I will accept your entrance. Please have a seat. Wine, any grapes, apple, pork.
Joe, can I insight to that statement? Seemed weird that he's with somebody. Can I insight her?
Sure.
I don't trust this lady as far as Azalea can throw her. That's a 12.
She's definitely deceiving you about something, but it's not as clear as you think it is.
Okay.
She just like, sit. I'm sure my husband will be available shortly, but there's no reason for you to starve on his account. Come. You won't find any better food in this side of the realm. Please sit.
Manon's just like awkwardly standing there, and Dahlia looks at her and the others and is like, and we'll go and sit.
I will sit and like poke around at the food, but not actually eat any of it.
Okay. And
Just kind of move it around my plate.
I'm sure nothing of this is as decadent as you have in the Shadowfell, my queen, but we will suffice with what we can.
Well, the wine is very lovely here.
We pride ourselves on the good stock of different kind of liquors, but proper protein and vegetables are a scarcity around here, but we do what we can.
Well, it is appreciated.
Well, eat, drink. How did everything go? Was give me the tea. How did you defeat Zenza? Everything all goes smooth and sound?
She's dead, if that's what you're asking.
How did she die?
Painfully.
Yeah. Mutated.
Well, good riddance. Is anybody eating
Does she
anything?
mean that?
Does she mean that?
Does she mean the good riddance?
I mean, you can give me an insight check.
I think Dolly's gonna jump on the inside check train. Wouldn't be
That's
really
good, because I'm very bad at it. And I rolled a natural 1, -1 for 0. So
Nice.
You really wanted that lady gone.
I guess that was a 4. I thought that was a 14. Yeah, 18.
18. No, she's generally pleased that Zenza has been killed, but she definitely has like there's more to it. It seems like she has like her own personal reasons why she wanted her dead, other than just, you know, she was getting in the middle of the king's, you know, affairs. There was like a more personal reason outside the king that the queen wanted her dead, but a standard insight check would not tell you that what that would be. She just looks as...
Did you know her very well?
I knew her past life. She had a hard time here when her and her family came here, and we provided her assistance, and let's just say she decided to take more than what she was given. Good riddance to bad stock.
Well, sometimes we have no choice.
What kind of assistance did you
Does
give
seem
her?
like the name of the game around here.
It is. But recognize authority. If you're going to come to the king and queen and ask for favors, you don't keep asking for more and not deliver back. So there are still rules and there's still laws.
Understandable.
At this point, you do hear a large footstep. As you do hear the hooves of the giant feet of the king walking in. At this point, you do see now Ian leaves your side and he goes over and meets up with the king. As you see King Malarix walks in with his large-toed feet. He kind of stretches out his back and he kind of leans underneath the archway to get in. I was told that we had guests. I see that you already made them comfortable. As he comes by, he just doesn't even be proper about it. He just grabs some of the pork with his hands off and he just starts gnawing on it. He grabs immediately a glass of wine. He starts drinking it without any kind of pride or any kind of procedure. He just immediately grabs it and he walks onto his throne and he just kind of lifts one of his legs over the actual side of the actual throne armrest. So, I noticed that you're missing some companions. I guess not everyone made it out safe and sound.
They had business to take care of in the Feywild, so they left early.
He looks around. Very well. As he just kind of smirks as he looks directly at Dahlia. The Queen of the Shadowfell in my castle. I am honored.
A pleasure.
Pleasure is
Pleasure
all
is
mine.
all mine.
Oh, well. He just looks up. You know, that chair, it's too peasant for you. Come, have a seat.
I'm gonna bite my tongue, but I will. Dahlia will rise and walk over. Where is he gesturing?
To the Queen's throne.
Well, you know, seeing that you have no issues meddling in Shadowfell affairs and working with Malik to put me and my entire family and realm in peril, you really think I deserve that throne?
Oh, please. That was a pact that was made over 1,000 years ago. I practically forgot about it until it came back up, and let's just say it's all taken care of. Bygones be bygones.
I mean, is it all taken care of? I believe you made a deal with my daughter, and you're not going to modify the contract whatsoever.
Do you have the contract? As he just puts his palm out.
She'll look back at Manon, and Manon just holds it up.
Okay. He just looks at the distance and he looks at Dahlia and he just rests his arm down and he trusts that it's actually the contract. Well, if you have that, then he just immediately summons the longer contract to just wraps over the ground. Once I know it is safely in my possession and I can guarantee that there are no alterations, I will make sure that this contract is complete and any ramifications that would be had of it are now done.
I think Manon's gonna walk up to him, holding her original contract, and she'll pause. You know, you can't really hold up your end of the bargain.
How is that?
My mom's out. My mom's out. Silik's out. They're not cursed anymore.
Kind of like spins his mustache a little bit, kind of like looks at you, so he then eventually kind of pulls at his goatee. He kind of just cracks his knuckles a bit.
You said Malik doesn't even really need the contract anymore, right?
He doesn't say anything, he just keeps staring at you. Now, who's speaking? Is it Dolly or Manon?
This is Manon.
Manon. He just stares at you. He does not say anything.
I'll hand this back to you as a sign of trust and good faith.
He just puts out his palm for you to set it in the palm.
A willingness to potentially help you out in the future should you ever need it. If you're willing to just toss out Malik's contract for good measure.
DM the player so I can make sure this is clear. You're giving him the original contract to throw away?
Yeah, because I held up my end of the bargain. But he can't really hold up his. So I'm saying that we can potentially work together in the future. And this is a show of good faith that I'm fulfilling my end, even though I know he can't fulfill his. So technically, in my brain, I don't have to give it back to him because the contract would be void.
He doesn't say anything. He just keeps his palm out and ready for you to set it in there.
I think Alistair's gonna walk up and like hold onto her wrist for a second and be like, I think she brings up a good point. If you can't uphold your end of the contract, then what offer do you have for the return of this?
One of the three of you who's there. One of the three of you there. Evens or odds?
I don't like that.
That was just a fair question. That's all. He wasn't being like.
I'm sitting
snide
back
about
and
it.
listening, so I'm going to say odds.
Odds.
I'm going with odds.
Okay. He looks. He puts his arms back to his side. He gestures to Ian. Ian looks and shakes his head. He just looks back. And as soon as the king just rests his arm on the other side, he just looks. He's about to say something, and immediately the queen speaks up. No. A contract is made. As she immediately stands up and she walks around the table. And as soon as she does, her attending walks with her as she grabs the warhammer with both hands. And she immediately stands right behind you.
I'll turn around. I'm just gonna be like, we mean you know ill will, but a contract has two parts to it. It had our part, which was to take out Zenza and get the contract and return it. And we're doing as such. The fact that Dahlia is here and Silik is not cursed and he's free means that the other half of the contract can't be upheld. You're just asking what the option here is. We're not demanding anything.
Her eyes just roll behind her head for a second. She lifts her head up. She just immediately looks down and she smiles. You're half correct. The woman's here. The man's still cursed.
Hopefully not for long.
Dolly's gonna insight check that.
Okay.
See if she's telling the truth or she's bluffing. Why do I keep rolling on here? I should be rolling a few dice. 21.
21. You can assume that she had, no, you can tell that she has the ability to register curses. So what she's saying is true, is Silica's still cursed. And then she just looks at you and she keeps interrupting. Any time that the king wants to speak, she immediately interrupts. Congratulations, extra credit you did. You made our job easier. That does not destroy the contract, as she just immediately goes in front of you and looks directly at Manon and Alistair, as right behind you is her attending with the Warhammer. You come into this house to the devil who makes contracts for breakfast, and you're trying to educate him on how to do it right. Bold statement.
Again, it was a question. You seem very nervous.
What's so important about my contract if Malik doesn't need it anymore?
She just looks again and immediately like interrupts the king again. No one said he didn't need it. We only implied that he's got multiple. If for some reason you're dead, he's got backups. We are not going to take it upon ourselves to eliminate one of those because we feel like it.
Alistair's gonna lean to the side and look at the king and be like, I believe my question originally was for you, Your Highness, not your queen. And I'm gonna look at him.
Okay, I gotta take something into account.
Dolly's gonna cast telepathy on Alistair and say, "Hey, wrong voice. Be very careful, please."
It's just a question.
He just holds back. You can sense a bit of fear in his eyes as he just leans back and he sits back. And at this point, he doesn't see anything, so he expects the queen to speak up again. Seems like my husband has nothing left to say. You are here to give the contract a good faith, so give it. As now Ian puts out his hand to receive the contract, as Ian just looks and he just whispers to you, just give me the contract.
Manon's gonna level her eyes at the queen and say, "What would it take from me to get this contract erased? What do you want?" Dolly's gonna shoot her a look, and she's not gonna meet it.
And Manon asked this or Dolly asked this?
Manon asked this.
Manon asked this.
Dolly's not happy about it.
She looks, she smiles, and at this point now the king interrupts as he immediately just slams his fist on his side. The queen looks surprised. We will not disobey our lord's orders. But as he looks at Ian, and he just gestures to Ian to the front door, as Ian starts opening up a book and he starts casting spells, he starts walking to the front door, almost like he knows the gesture of what his king wants him to do. But if you want to make a bargain can be made. As immediately the queen says something, he's like, "No, you have said your piece." As he gestures to her to the actual side throne, but not the queen throne. As she immediately sits down, the attendant stays where she is. Ian goes to the door and he starts lifting up some, like, it looks like he gets up like some actual different kind of herbs, and he twists them together and he starts laying them on top of the different candelabras in the place. The king just waits in silence until Ian is done. By the time Ian does the last thing, he knows the telepathy goes away. You have no way to communicate to each other mentally. As he just looks back at Ian. It is incomplete. It is, my lord. No one can speak in and no one can speak out. Let's be clear. I care very little for your contract. There's only two things I care about. One, leaving this godforsaken land. And two, making sure the person who chained me here is killed. So, you want the contract destroyed. I will do that here and now if we make an agreement. No new contract. A handshake deal. A promise. No ifs, no ands, no.
Chained you here?
He is my jailer as much as he is my lord. One does not ask to rule hell.
So Malik has you pinned here.
Malik put me here, and I have made this my home for over 1,000 years. You already have a task to, I'm assuming, get in his path sometime down the road. I will provide you assistance, aid to help you when it comes to that time. There's an item on his possession. Two specifically. There are markings on his side. A black sigil and a silver sigil. All it requires is the proper cut to cleave them off. Once you do, it breaks my chains. He just immediately looks at you. He stands up. He immediately grabs by force the contract out of your hand. He takes it, and as he grabs it, he just burns it and turns into ash as he just starts dropping on the ground. He points at the long contract on the ground, and he immediately, his eyes glow red as immediately it just evaporates in the flames. But there are conditions. I would prefer that you actively seek him out. Don't wait for him to find you. Be the predator, not the prey.
While he's talking, I want Dahlia to incite him. And the information I want her to glean is setting him free of hell going to be a bad idea? Like, is he imprisoned here for nefarious reasons, or is he just a poor unfortunate soul?
Okay, insight check.
$16 plus 14, that's 30, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes and yes. He is the first devil of creation. And he was born a devil, so it wasn't he was cursed to be this thing. But Dahlia would assume that when he took the job of this realm, it probably wasn't like this. And to Malik's reason, to his reasoning, Malik is the reason why he's in charge of what is considered the wasteland of all these realms. And he has forced, for reasons that Dahlia or none of you would know, that whether they are physical chains or something more, something different, he is restricted to stay here. But Dahlia would know that he probably follows the same rules that her grandfather followed. Laws dictate when an original is born to a realm, they can't leave there on their own accord.
So by cleaving off these markings, we would be eradicating that?
He only wants you to cleave off the black marking.
Right, the one that binds him here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
And you assume the way that
Dolly's-
he's phrasing it is like a tattoo. Cut the tattoo off the skin.
Dolly's gonna pipe up now and say, and if she fulfills this, what are your plans once you're free?
I want to die. Immortality has kind of gotten old.
I can respect that. Shit, that's a good answer.
What happens to the hells if you're not here?
They still operate. Nothing changes. My life force has not changed anything about the realm itself. If you're curious about who would rule, I'm sure someone else would take up the spot.
What about your lovely bride over there?
He looks back at her with anger. No. Once I'm free, she's coming with me. As she looks extremely surprised by that answer.
Ellie's sitting here with her glass of wine like, shit, that's a good deal. Famous last words.
I have my cards on the table. I have told you what I want, what I'll do with it, and by all intents and purposes, no ramifications afterwards, as I will no longer be living. And as I am the devil of hell, when I die, I will not come back here. I will just be erased. So I will be gone.
If you don't mind me asking, what's the silver sigil on Malik's side do?
Just like the Shadowfell has the Feywild, hell has heaven. And that there is an angel there that protects that realm and is also trapped there as well. The Silver Soldier binds her to that realm.
That's someone else we should talk to about all of this and see where they stand?
If that appeals to your interest, by all means. It does not appeal to mine. And I will say it is much easier to get into hell than it is to get into heaven. Much, much easier.
Manon's gonna look at Dahlia, who looks at her, but her face doesn't really give much of an answer. Very much like, it's on you, kid. And so she'll look back. All right.
He just immediately puts out his palm for a shake.
Before she can put her hand in there, Alistair grabs his hand.
He looks. He just takes his hand and just pushes you out of the way. I destroyed her contract. I need her agreement.
Manon will look at Alistair with a grateful expression and say, we'll do it together. she'll take his hand.
Okay.
How does the queen reacting to all this?
I mean, have you two officially shaked his hand? Okay.
Yeah.
He just looks at you, smiles. She looks incredibly terrified.
Dolly's
like
gonna
I
clock
know-
that.
I feel like I know why she's terrified, but I'll insight that.
Okay.
That's not bad.
I'm also-
That's a hardworking 19.
I got another 30 as Dahlia.
Okay. I mean,
Level 20.
Alistair, I mean, even though it's a high check, you don't know much about the queen. You can assume that, at least between the context of what you've discovered thus far, she has ulterior motives, and you assume that he found out about them. As far as Dahlia's good, or did Dahlia do it to get that high check, or was it Manon?
That was Dahlia.
Dahlia?
Manon could not. Manon could not get that high.
You know, Dahlia, that there are certain rules to the realms that allow certain people to be immune to things. People that rule heaven and hell, if they are bound to it, even if it's by a prison, they're immune to even the realms collapsing. But if they share those chains, they can die with them, just as any other mortal. You assume that if this pact goes through and you guys kill Malik before the eventual, well, theoretical apocalypse, she will die. And she does not want to die.
I figured. That's what I was kind of inciting. Was also inciting if she is potentially going to now be a threat to my daughter because of this new deal.
There is you can assume that if her influence is used correctly, she can definitely influence people to definitely get her way. But at this point, the only thing that she can do is try to stop you guys from contacting Malik or interacting with Malik.
Right.
With your high check, you can probably assume that she'll easily betray her husband to at least align herself with Malik to keep her body alive.
So we certainly have to take out Malik. Okay, which is kind of objective.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
He
Then
sits.
I will let go of his hand.
Okay. He sits back down. He looks at both of you. He looks at Rooney in the background. He sits back down, crosses over to the other side. Well then, you're welcome to leave. If you want, I can take you to your friends post haste.
One last question. Do we need anything special to remove this sigil from Malik?
It's as easy as cleaning off skin from a child, but he is durable. Good cut, right spot. Enough force behind the blade. You'll do yourself justice. But remember, he's old, he's strong, he's powerful. Simple blade will not do it. I'd recommend hunting down weapons of more power. If it was possibly the last age, using the blades would have been quite sufficient for this. Outside of that, I do know that with the end of days coming, many blacksmiths have been able to find themselves artifacts to create unique weapons for unique situations. It might not be a bad idea to find those blacksmith.
You know of any in the Feywild, perchance?
does, actually.
Cindy, where are you? Are you out there still?
It is only fair to at least give you one name. After that, it is upon you to do the rest. There is a blacksmith named Rill Thunderstar. You'll find him on the eastern continent of the Feywild. The term odd would be very generous to him.
You said east side of the Feywild?
East continent, yep.
It's Cindy's brother.
I was going to say, odd seems to be a common thing.
He looks and he just kind of puts his head back a little bit, as you can see his eyes roll. He just kind of puts his head down. As far as the material plane, I know of 5 blacksmiths that have been able to gain the ability to make themselves quite unique weapons. Outside of that, every realm itself has some kind of blacksmith that have been trained in, I guess the easiest way you can call it, the legendary creation. I'd recommend doing a little bit of research and traveling before you decide to approach Malik. But don't take too long. Even without the contract, he still has eyes everywhere, allies everywhere, and every day he gets more. Once he sees what you're doing, he might put his plans in motion at an earlier time. He's not immune from death, but he has ways to avoid it. Swing hard, swing fast. He'll go down like any other mortal.
Side question. This has been on. I don't know if you know anything about this, but would these tattoos do anything against Malik? And she's gonna take off a bracer to show her arm.
He just immediately steps up. He walks down as this 10-foot tall man kind of comes down. He looks, kind of like takes one of his large claws. He just kind of brings down like the side of your shirt to look at the side. He just kind of investigates. Where'd you get these?
A book.
I'm assuming you didn't finish reading the book?
No. It was a grimoire.
He just takes his nail back and he kind of leans up back against his throne. It's an old language. Predates even me, but I know it. Best way you can call it is an ancient language. I'm not a fool to know how you all were banded together. I know she met all of you. This is her language. And she teaches it to everyone who gains her powers.
She?
We call her Mother. Some people call her the Mind. Some people call her the Weaver. She has a lot of names.
This is hers?
It's her original language. It's been dead for a long time. It hasn't been spoken since, well, it was before my time, but I just know the worlds were different when that language was spoken.
So can it take down Malik? Sometimes I can use attacks with powers, but kind of depends on who I'm fighting.
Be warned. Once you understand that language, she knows where you are. If you choose that she is your opposition, I'd be careful. If you want to be your ally, then go for it. By accessing that power, by accessing what that says on your skin, you are literally using her power. The same power she passes down to all the other created. the other creators. Every single warrior that's been given her power.
So it can be used against him.
It can.
It's Manon's takeaway.
The power to create also gives you the power to destroy. If she intervenes, if she would help us, even though I know that she chooses not to, all she'd have to do is just gesture her hand and he'd be gone. But she chooses not to and allows our world to burn because it doesn't follow her grand plan.
So you're telling me not to use it because then she'll know. But I could use it and it could be like a big fuck you.
I am telling you to be cautious.
All right. Well, thanks for the information.
He just looks back. Ian, door. As he immediately goes back up, he closes 2 doors where you guys came in from, locks them, and he starts drawing a circle on them. And then immediately the lights lights up and he opens up the door and you see a portal. Now, a door to walk through. I have created a way for you to go see your friends.
Dolly's gonna pipe up and say, "Can you take me back to the Shadowfell?"
Afterwards,
DM to or player to DMs that saying I can go to the Feywild and then get yeeted back to the Shadowfell because I theoretically could do that on my own too.
he's implying that you all go to the Feywild, and then once the portal's done, he'll create a way for Dahlia to get to Shadowfell from Hell.
He's trying to keep her there.
Oh yeah, I'm good, Chief. Dolly's just gonna say, well, I could go to the Feywild.
Very well.
Thank you for the offer.
He just points at the throne that he wanted to sit on. Remember, the seat is empty if you ever change your mind.
I'm married. I'm just kidding.
So is he.
Is he hot?
Of course he is. You could definitely tell
Hotter
as
than Soma.
no,
I'm
fuck
faithful.
no. You can definitely tell as Dahlia that yes, more than most things, does he want to die because he absolutely hates his life here. He hates his home. He hates his job. He hates everyone in hell. He hates what he has to do. And at this point, he pretty much hates his wife. But there's nothing to do about it because he's stuck in it. But you assume marrying a queen of the Shadowfell probably gives him a cheat, allowing him to possibly leave hell without having his change cut.
I appreciate the offer. And then she's gonna beep through the portal.
All right.
But I was gonna be like, that was fucking weird, and go right through too.
All right, as you guys go to the portal, this time the portal is actually kind of like of fire, and as it kind of swirls around you, you kind of move through it, and it just kind of
As I go into it, I just sort of bow my head to him. This was very educational. Thank you, and then pop through.
Okay. Much like Inferno, it kind of like closes behind you and kind of pushes you through these flames. And as you do, you just kind of get fallen through the sky as you immediately just drop into some sand. as soon as you look up, you are on a tall hill, and you just kind of like roll down this large hill as you kind of tumble down this hill until you just immediately like look down at someone's feet that's like wearing sandals, and you see people that look just like Nova, just all scattered around in this large tribe. And immediately a hand comes down to grab whoever wants it. Looks like you took a terrible tumble, my friend.
You'd say that.
Immediately lifts you up. Looks. You lost.
No, I think we're right where we're meant to be. I kind of look past this person to see if I see our friends.
Immediately, you do see a large white tree in the distance, and you do see a bunch of people praying. And you don't see like Nova or Bjorn, but the obvious sight of large red wings are really easy to see.
I think I'll use levitate to land fancy, so I don't look like I'm eating shit as the Queen of Shadowfell.
Fair enough. Fucking Mary Poppins your way in. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
He's the coolest.
Just the hellfire ash off of this dress. Just look at look at all three of them. And just say, Manon, if me and your father ever end up that miserable, please kill us.
You do see that like about 80% of the population of this camp is all focused on this tree. And you do see Azalea there. And as you focus on Azalea's wings as you walk towards, you do eventually see Bjorn. And then eventually through there, you do see Nova in the distance. We're going to switch back as you guys are coming closer. We're going to switch back to the group for those final moments before they catch up. With this, it's been some time and the ritual's going on. Because nothing has happened, the dance is still happening. The clerics are still praying. For Bjorn and Azalea, it's like they will never stop until their job is done. And the job's not done yet, so they will continually dance to the hymn. They will constantly pray to the tree.
Wait. And is this before they got here?
Yeah, they're not there. They've landed, okay. But they're not in eyesight yet.
Oh, okay, right. I'll look at both of them and be like, the door's open. It's his turn. It's their turn to come through.
Zillick, walk to the light. It's open.
I am going to ease forward a little bit towards the tree. Another song couldn't hurt. And I will summon out the high-tide rapier and put it in my chest and kind of combine the tune that I hear inside the blade and mix it with the hymn that I hear going on.
Okay. You do that. Azalea, this whole time you've been constantly holding on to this necklace, and everybody looks at you crazy. This is the first time something happened.
Talking it out loud.
This is the first time something happens. As you hold on to a necklace and you speak to it, no one responds, but you see something that you think that everybody else is crazy when they see. You get put into a vision that usually only clerics and warlocks see. You see a large battlefield. Deep within a large, what looks like a crater. Divoted in. The only way to get out is flying about 1,000 feet high. Almost like within like an asteroid crater. Looks like the place is fallen apart. Fallen inwards on itself. And you see your friends dead all over the place. And the last thing you hear from the voice of Silic in there. Mother, give me strength. As you just see him grow these large wings and immediately grab you and another person you can't see into the air as the whole realm gets engulfed into a single star and everything gets destroyed. And then immediately get blacked out back into the real world. And at this point, the stone glows. Hang on, the stone glows and immediately rips off your chest and immediately goes into the orb.
I just have like tears streaming down my face as I just watch it in shock.
Are you okay? What happened?
Everyone was dead, and Silic, and the world was destroyed, and I think I had a vision. It wasn't a good vision.
Wait 1 second. And I pull out like tell me. We must write it down before it leaves you.
It was a deep crater, and the world was ending, and all of you were dead and laying there, and Silic was there. He grabbed me, he grabbed somebody else, and flew, and it just imploded on itself, and the world ended.
Did he say anything when he grabbed you?
No. That was it.
Okay.
What do you think it means?
Well, it's possible. It might be a potential fate if things, depending on actions that are done.
Well, then we have to make sure we don't do any actions that'll bring up upon us.
Well, now that we know what it is, are you sure there was no other details? Did he look different? Did he say anything?
No, he grew these wings, and that was it. It happened so fast, and I've never had a vision like that before.
Okay. Later, we'll see if we can speak with the seer and maybe she can help. She might be able to pull out more details.
Maybe.
At this point, that's when the rest of the group arrives.
Okay.
I see my brother and I run to hug him. You just see me sobbing.
What happened?
I saw everybody dead, and I'm so glad you're not.
I mean, yeah, I look around, I'm like, we're all here.
I let you go and I hug Monan.
Monan!
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 Oh, right. Well, it looks like
You don't need
you've
less
been
non, but Monon.
busy.
She had a vision.
Oh,
Wait.
those are never fun.
No, it was pretty terrible. But I'm glad to see you guys survived. I want to hear all about it, but something's happened. They're doing something with the orb. The necklace is gone. It went into the orb.
Dahlia,
Is Silic okay?
the door is open. Him and Nyx need to find the door to come through. It might be beneficial if you go up there and try to speak so they can follow your voice. A voice that they will know.
Dahlia nods. Show me the way.
And I bring her to the seer and the elder.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Okay. So you find Pamela and Felicia as they're still kind of like sitting in front of the orb, but it's not like they can't be interrupted. They're just sitting there, and you see Pamela just kind of like going right there, and she's just kind of like pressing her hands into the sand, and you can see her eyes kind of rolling over a couple times, but she's still there.
This is his sister. She might be able to help.
Do I just start talking out loud? Do you want me to use telepathy?
She just immediately just grabs your hand as your eyes just roll behind your head and you just immediately just pass out.
Oops. Sorry, Delio.
Well,
Well, I see everyone here. Duh. Not everyone is quite as timid as Arnova.
yeah.
Nova, do we need to go in there and pull him out?
I don't think so. Let's see. The door's open. He should be able to come. It just takes some time sometimes. But if it becomes more difficult, then yes, possibly. But let's see if Dahlia can do anything. I don't know.
I just sort of
Oh, good.
plunk down, cross-legged in the sand, watch what's going on, and I look around the area, and I, just in case we are needing things, and I'm going to summon Biscuit, and she's going to appear as a pseudo-dragon with her usual
Nice.
otter coloring.
Okay. Okay. Between Manon, Alistair, and what's your passive perception?
17.
17.
12.
Okay. Okay. Alistair, you're the only one who notices. As you guys are looking around, there's definitely a different place to come to. And you're taking and you do notice now everyone is here. No one's in their shops. We do see one shop that grabs your attention. The shop itself, compared to the rest of them, is the only one that actually naturally has more than just cloth and fabric inside. You see a couple weapons, you see a couple pieces of armor, but they're really light. But the one thing that grabs your attention is the logo for the business has specifically a broken up star that looks like it's been broken by a lightning bolt.
Okay. I will. I guess who's standing? Well, who's standing next to me from that? Is it Manon or is Ronin by me?
How far are we from my crumpled mom?
I'm assuming like 10 feet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
probably
close
chilling
there.
there.
By, just plunked to watch what's going on.
Yeah,
I'll,
chilling nearby.
I guess I'll go closer to Ronin then, since Manon's probably by her crumpled mom, who's trying to find a way. But
Find the way.
I hate that
Do
you
not
clocked
do it.
that.
okay,
I was hoping that they heard it sound like that.
I will. I'm gonna like kind of shift over by Ronin and like Spider-Man crouch down, and I'm just gonna be like, a shop over there. Remember how he said something about a blacksmith by the name of Thunderstar?
Right?
Oh, that sign sure looks
What?
like lightning and some stars broken.
Is
But I
this
don't see
is this to east?
I have no idea, but
Well, we could ask Nova.
looks like he's got some items in there that aren't just the plain cloth, and I kind of point at whatever everyone else is wearing.
Right. Well, that would be handy.
Highly
we
convenient.
go and ask him?
Guess me.
Right.
I don't.
Should we go pay him a visit?
Maybe
Or wait
after
for the
all
others?
this, probably wait.
Right. Right. Let's do that then.
Sure.
Good eye.
Two last things that we're going to do. So Nova, you do notice in distance that Soleil is standing there waiting for you to follow.
I don't know who would be near me. Who's next to me? Besides crumpled up Dahlia.
I would assume either Bjorn or I would guess both Bjorn would probably the closest one because Azalea went over to Alistair, so probably Bjorn.
Bjorn, I need to step away for a moment.
Where are you going?
Do you remember when we spoke to the star god? She's here. She needs an audience. She's been here this whole time.
So you should go along.
Yes, I know. I will be only right over there. And I point to the top of the dune.
Okay, be safe.
If people are looking for me, I'll be back shortly. I just walk away.
Okay, you start heading over to Delay. We're going to pause. We're going to go to another Dahlia vision.
I thought I was for these. I'm just kidding.
I was just thinking that, if he was lost in an orb somewhere, hearing a familiar voice maybe would help him come to the door. I don't know, like player to DM. That's what I was thinking. But
meanwhile, Dahlia was going to be like, I'm going to head out.
As you immediately pass out and you immediately wake up into a bloody battlefield. This is not what you were told was inside the orb, or at least it's not what was in the orb when he was trapped in here before. As you try to get your bearings and you step up, you find yourself in very muddy, graveled up rock beneath your feet. You look up into the air, and this area is maybe 100 feet wide. The walls to get up are about 1,000 feet high. It almost looks like the world is collapsing in on itself. You start to see the ground starting to fall apart like an earthquake beneath your feet. The cavern walls themselves are starting to close in. And in the distance, you just see bodies of people you know all over the place killed. Alistair, Bjorn, Soma, all dead. Even Malik dead. With only a few remaining, all you see is Silik in the distance crying, instinctually only grabbing who's nearest to him, even unable to reach his own daughter as he immediately flies out, grabbing Azalea and Manan, and immediately flying into the air as the whole realm collapses upon itself, going to somewhere else.
Can I shift into my devil form and follow?
Sure. As you start to follow, it almost looks like even though he doesn't have his blade anymore, he still is able to teleport somewhere. As you follow, you find yourself in a large, beautiful garden. But the energy is different. It looks exquisite. It looks divine. It looks extravagant. Flowers that you never knew existed. Plant life that looks like it's never seen death. An never-ending springtime. But yet, with all the brightness and all the beauty, there is nothing but despair. As you just see him stand there and he just reverts back, he just starts crying, yelling back that he could not save his own wife and his daughter. You see Azalea and Manan pissed. Why did they get grabbed and no one else? As you look down from where you came, there are no realms left. There is no material plane. There is no heaven. There's no hell. There's no Feywild. There's no Shadowfell. There's nothing except for the ground you stand on.
Can I try to pinpoint where this is?
Arcana check.
I think I'm good at those. 21.
21. You don't know why at first the magic is weird here. It doesn't feel like any magic you've felt before, as far as Dahlia is concerned. It doesn't feel radiant. It doesn't feel necrotic. It just feels different. But you're looking at the eyes of Azalea and Manan. They see something else, as if they know what this place is. Until you see a woman in the distance, standing there, giving them an option. But you can't hear the words that are coming out of her mouth. You can't hear what she's speaking. You can't even see her visage, like you're not allowed to. All you know is they're given an impossible choice. And as that happens, you just see Silic. This choice is not given to him. As he just keeps looking down this well of despair. And as this happens, you just see him just stand up for a second, look at his sword, and immediately chuck it down into the endless space.
I'm gonna walk over to him. Silic?
I know
Can
you were
see
there.
me?
I can't see you, but I can hear you. I know you're there.
This isn't real.
Oh, it's very real. Trust me. It just hasn't
It's
happened
not
yet.
right now. And it might not. This is just the foresight. Take what information you can from it and do your best to change it or not.
Give me a persuasion check.
There's... Ooh, it's a 19 plus. Why is my persuasion ass? +5? Who the fuck?
No. It's your character sheet.
Yeah, what the fuck what was I thinking? What the fuck did I do? I mean, it's still 24, but Jesus Christ. I thought I had that in the bag.
If +5 is ass,
he just looks at you.
20
even-
charisma character, yes.
Even though you know he can't see you, he can tell where you are. As you can just see tears running down his eyes that will never stop. As he immediately wraps his arms around you and holds you tight in a way that you have not had your brother hold you in some time.
I'm just gonna give him the tightest hug back. Been, what, 20 years? The door's open, Silic. Let's go home.
As he just looks down at the well and just grabs you as you both fall in. And then you both
Bring
just...
Nyx too!
Nyx isn't there.
Wait,
As
can
in-
I reach out and see if I can feel her?
You can. As immediately you just wake up in the sand where you were before. As immediately everyone else sees the orb brighten up. And it gets brighter and brighter and brighter. And it kind of blinds everyone. As you gotta look back, immediately the light only covers up 2 bodies as you see Silic and Nyx resummon themselves there. Nyx not remembering anything that happened. Unsure about Silic.
Is he awake?
He is. He's just looking around. He gestures to his blade. He looks on at everyone. He doesn't have tears in his eyes, but he just instinctively wipes his eyes.
Dahlia will tackle him in a hug.
Tackle hug! Going from that, Nova, you start to follow. As you do, the sand starts to turn itself into dust. The dust itself starts to turn itself into stars. The stars itself turns into space itself. Until you find out you're walking on the bridge once again toward the all-seeing crystal. You see once again the Iron God there, chiseling at this impossibly immortal weapon that is this diamond that holds memories, tales of the realms before. And behind you, you see Stella walking. She just puts her left hand on your right shoulder. She smiles in a way that seems forced. She comes around you. Go ahead.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
So much death, so much destruction. I see it over and over again, but I can never, ever get used to it. More people are dying, more people are falling. And she just grabs your hand and she starts to walk you over to the crystal. She immediately puts her hand on the crystal. You start to see people. You start to see what was originally supposed to be. People living their lives, people doing what they're supposed to do. If people die, they die. The flow of life happens. But you're starting to see that things are changing. You're starting to see almost like an infection across the land. She just puts your hand closer to it, and she presses you against the cold crystal itself. So much so that you feel like you actually can break it by pressing it so hard. You push in. If she could push any harder, you'd bleed by how much pressure. But she pushes harder until you start seeing specific people. She's forcing you to see very, very specific people. Until you start seeing people line up. 50, 100, 1,000. So you see almost 5,000 people march in a line. And she just pushes her hand at one single person in the front. As you focus on the eyes of Malik. At the time that you last seen him, he's already made himself a cult of thousands. She just says, what's worse than a god? A warrior where everyone thinks that he's a god.
So these are his disciples.
And more coming. She just immediately looks at you. She puts her hands on your shoulders. I implore you, do what you can to stop this. Do what you can to do anything. I don't care if you find the mind. I don't care if you find anyone. Just do what you can. He will destroy everything.
Sure. I'll try my best. Will you guide me when I need it?
She takes her hands on your shoulders and she starts to lift them closer until she literally puts them onto your temples. And as she presses in, you start to feel something that she's doing to you. As you start to feel an energy push in, a power being given to you. And as she does, she starts to pant afterwards. She's exhausted from it. As immediately she's about to fall, and the Iron God immediately catches her. You don't know what she did to you, but you see the Iron God differently now. She's not a giant. She's still a machine, but she looks something else. Red curled hair. Beautiful skin. Long gown. Partial cybernetics. As she just holds Stella up and looks. You've been given true sight.
Okay. What? You're different. But What is... I don't understand. How... Has this always been this way?
You see me as a mortal could see me. Now you see me for what I truly am. As she immediately puts her hand, as she stands up straight, she puts her hand out. She holds a staff in her hand, a book in another, built of partial cybernetics that you've never seen before, technology that does not exist. She immediately looks at you. She just bows. Crimson Alteza. Pleasure.
Pleasure's all mine. I'm honored. I mean, what... The knowledge... I'm sorry, I'm lost of words. I must stop this. There was... Azalea had a vision. It was... I try to look to see if I still have my book in my hand.
She places her hand on the book. You have the sight now. You can solve it.
Oh. Thank you.
Your group will go through a lot of tasks. We're giving you eyes. You'll need them.
I will use them wisely.
No. She is very tired. And if you do not mind, as she just immediately gestures her to like the railing to help her stand up.
How do I get back?
As you immediately say that, a portal just summons itself.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't do anything.
Wait, what? You saying I did this?
You called for it, it came.
Oh.
You are now welcome here. And you're not a prisoner in this realm. You can come and go as you please. Whether that's sanctuary or knowledge.
Okay. Thank you. I'm honored. I'm sorry, I'm trying to take this all in. I will let you rest now. Goodbye.
Farewell. As the door just shuts behind you. I'm going to end it there.
There's one very confused Nova standing on a dune, like a sand dune.
All right. Thank you for watching. We have a very full week. We have Daggerheart tomorrow and Star Wars on Thursday. So
Wow.
Make sure you do not miss any sessions. If you are behind anything, do not forget all our VODs are on YouTube. And if you have Spotify and you prefer to watch that, we do have the first episodes of several of our campaigns on Spotify. So everyone have a fantastic night, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Good night, and bye.